Hi there, I'm John Leach, and you're watching Arc Fishing.
Look at that crappie, man. That's a nice crappie. Nice largemouth. Very nice largemouth. Nice largemouth bass. Nice largemouth bass. Alright, good deal.
Alright, I'm going to reach this beautiful muskie. 35-inch muskie. Catch and release. Oh, yeah. Woo. 17-inch largemouth bass.
Alright, well, welcome to another edition of Arc Fishing. I'm your host, John Leach. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to restore this old engine stand. I'm pretty sure this is homemade. I don't think this was ever factory made. It looks like it's homemade. But years ago, I think in the late 90s, maybe early 2000s, I bought a 1956 Outboord Outboard motor. It was a 7.5 horsepower. I paid $200 for it off a guy who owned a garage. He just now had a use for it. I think he made some type of deal and just want to get rid of it. The motor ran great. I had it for a while, used it and then sold it. But threw the engine stand in with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this apart. I'm going to try and do this as cheap as I possibly can. I'm going to take this nice 2x4, take it off, I'm going to sand it down and refinish it. I'm going to try and reuse that. I'm going to sand and scrape all this paint off, repaint it. I'm just not sure what color I'm going to go yet. I'm going to replace the wheels down here. So, make it look nice and new. It's functional, it works, there's nothing wrong with it, it just looks ugly. So I'm going to make it look nice. I don't have a small outboard for it, but I may decide to get a John boat down the road. I'm going back and forth with that decision. I'm happy with my Ranger bass boat, but I'm going to be selling the canoe and the canoe trailer, getting a kayak again. I may or may not get a John boat, but I want to have this ready to go just in case I do decide to get a John boat again. So, alright, so stay tuned. I'm going to begin the process of taking this apart and restoring it and refinish it and make it look nice. Here we go. By the way, I don't know if you can see this whole video, but let me put this up. So this is what it looks like. Let's see if we can get a better view of it. So here's the front view. And then here's the side view. I don't know if you guys can see that earlier. So you can see the wheels are shot. I got to replace the wheels. But those are cheap. I can get those at Private Harbor Freight, so I'll have to put a little money into this. But I'm going to try and do this as cheap as possible. Alright, so first things first, take that 2x4 off. Guess we'll use our wrench. That's 7/16 to 3/8. There's that piece. Next. I don't know if you can see this or not, but that axle's bent, so I'm going to take it off and try and straighten it. But that's definitely one bent axle. Definitely seen better days. But I think we can salvage that and straighten it out and reuse it. Next. Those nuts were in there. I'm losing some. I lost one of them. At Pit Parade. Yeah, funny feeling replacing those. Yeah, that one's freaking shot. I wonder if I should freaking replace that whole piece of 2x4. I was hoping to salvage that. I don't know. It's not looking too promising. Broke the head right off. I got one out.
Look at that, broke the head. Just broke the rusty head off of that one. So they'll have to place the bolts. I'd like to salvage this 2x4 if I can. Yeah, those are trash. We'll come back to that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start taking this apart. I'm really curious to see how these wheels come off. I'm not sure how this is supposed to come apart, but we're going to try and figure it out. Well, this is trial and error because this is new to me. I never took one of these style wheels apart before. So I'm trying to figure it out as I go. I'm assuming this is how it's done. Trial and error, probably more error than trial. But hopefully we'll figure this out. I think I might be starting to figure this out. Okay, a cotter pin. Aha! Looks like I actually figured it out so far. I'm gonna count my chickens before they're hatched, but so far so good.
Nothing loose and running tidy. So I turn the bolt the right way.
You gotta slide it out. Learn something new every day. I'm gonna slide it out with it being freaking bent like that. That ought to be interesting. That was smooth. I shouldn't put it like that, but it is what it is. Oh man, that freaking axle's bent. Start it. There we go. Aha. Let's do this. There we go. Tricked everything. The trick was figuring out the trick. Wow. Yeah, I know I should be using a hammer, not pliers, but it is what it is. Alright. Get in there. Slowly but surely. Get in there. Alright.
So as you tell, someone just used a whole bunch of steel piping, but hey, it works, all matters. Super smooth. We're gonna use high build primer then, and then figure out. I think I'm gonna paint it, clear coat it, so it lasts longer. I'll try something here quick. Taking it off real quick. Oh, heck yeah, man. Using 50 grit sandpaper and stuff, we doing the job. Looks like this was originally painted red. I don't know if I'm going to paint that red or not. I don't know. I have a choice. I'm going to use leftover spray paints. I have yellow, blue, brown, black, gloss green, olive drab green. Actually, I have flat black and I have gloss black. I don't know. It was originally red. I don't want to paint it red. I don't know what color I want to go with this yet. Figure that out later, I guess. Well, that's shot. Well, that was my last piece of 50 grit, so I'm going to switch over to 60 grit. I couldn't find 50 anywhere. Bought that a year or two ago. I think that was my last piece. But I got 60 grit, should work just as good. Alright, so now I'm using 60 grit. Look on the back, you can see it says 60. I'll knock that paint right off. You know what? Why am I doing this the hard way? Where is that sander at? Alright, we're going to do this easy. We're going to get the electric sander out. I'm tired of doing this by hand. Like I say, it works smarter, not harder. Got power tools, might as well use them. Slight bend to it, but it's pretty much straight. Just wish it was straighter. Oh, it's so close. There we go. There we go, much straighter. Check that out. Now I got it straight. Much better. So look at the difference. Here's the old piece I'd even touched yet with sandpaper. For some reason these two pieces of paint's really caked on there, but here's the piece I've been working on. That paint is just so old and so caked on there. This thing must be really old. So it was a nasty red. I think they used red primer and red paint on top of it. but that paint is caked on there. It's hard to get off. The engine stand itself came off real easy. This wasn't too bad, the axle, but these two side pieces are their side support. They're a nightmare to get the paint off. Oh, it's finally getting warmer. I got 2 kerosene heaters running. It's finally starting to get warm in here. Whew. Took a while. It's freezing out. It's cold and windy outside. It's like 34 degrees up plus the wind chill factor. I got 2 kerosene heaters.
Okay, let me show you something quick. So there's my old rusty one, but it still works. And then here's my other one. Better shape, but producing heat, and it's making a whole lot warmer in here.
Alright, here's what I'm using. Honestly, I'm not sponsored by them, but I'm using 3M. I bought this at Lowe's. I think it was like $5 for a pack, like $49 or something. It's 5 sheets, 60 grit coarse is what I'm using. See the backs, but that's why I'm going to use gray. I'm going to use high build primer. I'm going to use this stuff here. Let me find it. So it's called, again, I'm not sponsored by these people, but it's Rust-Oleum self-etching primer. This stuff works really good. Etches and primes in one easy step and stops the rust. So I'm going to use this, so I'll fill in and cover those scratches, and then I'll lightly scuff the primer, and then I'll paint it. I'm kind of leaning towards painting it white. I'm not sure yet, because the piece of wood's going to be like a dark walnut color, so it could contrast each other, set it off, but I'm kind of leaning towards a white. We'll see what happens.
Alright, as good as that's going to get. What we'll do next is we'll sand that 2x4. Sand this next, trying to get this nice and smooth. I'm going to stain this. I'm going to show you what color I'm going to use. A bunch of leftover stain from when I was staining the glove box of my boat. So, the Olympic Magnums, I bought this at Lowe's too last year. It's called Canyon Brown. It's the darkest color I could find, close to walnut color that they sell on the shelf. If you want it any darker, you have to actually have them mix it for you. I told them I wanted walnut, and they said, well, I have to mix it. And of course, when they mix it, it's a lot more expensive. One, I didn't want to wait. Number two, I didn't want to spend that kind of money. All I was going to do is stain my glove box, which I already did. So, bought this off the shelf. I forget how much it cost, but what's that say? Oh. So, we're going to stain that piece of wood. But I need a fresh piece of sandpaper again. Hopefully we can make that 2x4 look real nice. It's still a little too long. Let's do this. Nice spot all right there. Yep. Couldn't get close, but there we go. Alright, I'll be right back. I want to run in and charge this other battery. Get something to drink. I'm thirsty. I gotta recharge this battery. I'm gonna run inside and get something to drink quick. But this battery's gotta be charged. Sandpaper makes quick work of that. The thing is, I'm trying to get all those indented. I'm putting so many outboard motors on here, but so there's the before, and there's the after. Long way to go, but it's getting there. It's an old piece of wood, man. I understand this wood part really old. It's a thick piece of wood, though. Let's keep at it. What a difference. Alright, there's the before on the edge, and there's the after. Let's get in there. Well, look at that 60 grit, man. Look at all that sawdust. That 60 grit, man. What a difference that makes. Wood grain's starting to pop on that side too now. Still not where I want it, but that wood grain's starting to pop out, which is pretty cool. I hope when I stain it, it stays like that, doesn't like hide it. That's pretty neat. I'm trying to get rid of those green paint dots and indentations, but they're in there pretty deep. Like I said, it's just an engine stand for an outboard. It's not like I'm building a nice hope chest or something. But I want to try to make this as nice as I can. Make and do with what I got. Whew. I really should be wearing a dust mask, but I don't have one. I need to go to Lowe's or Harbor Freight and pick one up. I have a respirator, but that'll make me sweat like crazy. I can't breathe right in that thing. Dust mask would be perfect. I should have picked one up already. But it is what it is. Let's see how people look like. Well, I'm only going to get it so good because it's an old piece of wood. And technically I should plane it, but I don't have a planer, so I think what I'm going to do next is clean up my mess, get rid of this dust. I'm going to prime. I'm going to put a coat of primer on that metal. When that's done, I'm going to stain this piece of wood. So let's clean up my mess. Let's do that first. Sand dust everywhere. Alright, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe all this stuff down. I'm going to wipe down all the metal pieces, piece of wood. I'm going to use rubbing alcohol. You can usually use like some type of cleaner, but then you got to be careful what the cleaner you use lacquer thinner, rubbing alcohol. I'm using rubbing alcohol. I use it before it works. Lacquer thinner York works good too. So what we got to do first is wipe everything down, get the dust, the dirt, and grime off. Let that dry, and I want to prime it. Ooh. Dust off. I'm not sure if this is such a good idea, but I'm always better at metalwork. I was never really good at woodworking, but I was always really good at metalworking. So we'll see what happens. I'm not going to prime it yet. I got to let the air dry real good, but I'm going to shake these cans up. I'm hoping it's warm enough in here, but we'll see. Probably have to spray it on real light. As long as it runs. Should put this rubbing alcohol cap back on there. Probably steam that piece of wood a while. Alright, let's give you an idea what this looks like. So there's the inside of the stain. See, it's a dark color. It's almost like a walnut. And that's what I wanted. So, give that a whirl. See how this turns out. Ooh. I don't know. It's been sitting in the cold. I don't know about this. I shook it up, but that cold weather's going to affect it big time. That's working. Ooh, I'm liking that. It's looking pretty good. Hopefully you can see that. Hear me? I'll pick you. So, check that out. So far I'm liking this. Let's see how it looks when it's completely dry. I'll probably put 2-3 coats on. Boy, I'm liking that. That's a nice color. That's why I stained the wood. I mean, yeah, the wood on my glove box, my Ranger bass boat. Boy, that's turning out real nice. Look how it's highlighting that wood grain. That's beautiful. Alright, put this back over there. Yeah, it's beautiful. Wow, I really like how this is turning out. It's a nice color. Okay, one coat's on. I gotta make sure I don't have any runs. I'll ruin it. One you don't want is runs. Wants to turn out real nice. Yeah, liking that color. Another coat of stain. We'll put 3 coats of stain on that side, and I'm going to paint that blue. Man, it's cold. The heater's only on for hours, but it's okay. It's freezing outside. So it was snow, and now it's freezing rain. Alright, let's see. Let's stir this up a little bit. There we go. I put 3 coats on this side. And I'll probably clear coat it. Okay, there's coat number 1 of the stain, and then I'm going to paint this color blue leftover paint. It's like about half, 3/4 of a can here. I should be able to at least get 2 coats, maybe 3 coats if I'm lucky on there. If not, I'll buy another can of paint. But that's the color I'm going to paint the metal parts of the stand. That second coat made a big difference. Let me grab that camera. Alright, check that out. That second coat made a big difference. So that's 2 coats of blue paint on a metal frame of the Outboard engine stand. So I'm going to let that dry for a good half hour or so. Come back in here and I'm going to flip everything around. Put 2 coats on the other parts. Then I'll have to let it dry for at least good 24 hours and I'll put 2 coats of clear on it. But I'm liking the results so far. Getting there. Alright, so I'm going to put the third and final coat on this piece of wood, and that wood's done. And then I'm going to flip the metal around. I got 2 coats on the other side of each piece of metal. But I want to show you the metal logs. I got 2 coats on this side. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So check this out. Let's look at that. that's just 2 coats of that blue paint from a spray can, from an aerosol spray can. So I got to flip all this over, do 2 coats on the other side, let it dry real good, and then I'm probably going to do 2 coats of clear coat. I'm able to make it pop and shine then. I'm really happy with the way it's turned out so far. I can't wait till it's done. I think it'll look real nice, especially compared to what it was when I first got it. I think it was in rough shape, but pretty cool for a homemade outboard engine stand. I'm gonna make it look nice again. Alright, let's put this third and final coat of stain on here. The wood's done. Why this backside's like seems like it's absorbing it more than the front side. I thought I sanded it all evenly, but who knows. Still turned out pretty nice though. I'm happy with it. That's all that matters, I guess. Now I have to decide whether I want to keep it or sell it. I'm up in the air on that one. If I get another John boat with an outboard on a tiller motor, I'm better off keeping this, but if I don't, I might just turn around and sell this. I don't know yet. Alright, make sure I have no runs. Don't want no runs. That's the third and final coat. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's do the frame. Oh, it's still a little chilly in here. Yeah, okay, let's make sure that's good and dry. Make sure it's not tacky. Nope, it's dry. Okay. So I want to make sure. I think I have just enough paint to put 2 more coats on the other side. And I think I might just leave it at 2 coats and 2 coats of clear. I think it'd be more enough. I don't know if I'm gonna buy another can. I'm trying to do this as cheap as possible. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it or sell it or what I'm gonna do with it. Right now, I just want to restore it. Alright, let me show you the first coat of this side. So that's the first coat on the other side. We'll let that dry for a good 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. Let it get real good and dry. And I'll put the second and final coat on that side. And then I'll let it dry for at least 24 hours or more and put 2 coats of clear on it. And then the painting and the staining's done. It's just a matter of getting the brand new nuts and bolts, new wheels, and putting it back together. It's coming along pretty nice so far. I'm happy with the results. Can't wait till it's done to see how it really turns out. But so far so good. I have a little bit left, just enough left for touch up. So, alright, so there's the second coat of blue paint. It's fresh, it's wet. I'm going to let that dry for a good 24 hours or more. And then we're going to put 2 coats of clear coat on that. So it's definitely getting there. So far I'm happy with the results. I'm glad I decided to go with that color too. I really like that color of blue. Alright, so stay tuned for more next time I come out here. I'll be at least 1 or 2 days later and I'll put the clear coat on. I'll make sure I'll video record that for you guys. But getting on over here. So there's 3 coats of stain on that side of the wood. So I'm going to let that dry for at least 24 hours, not long enough. I'm not sure if I want to clear coat that yet or not. I'm thinking about it. So we'll see. I probably will, but I'm not 100% sure on that one yet. But I'm happy with the way that turned out too, consider that wood was pretty damaged and really old. Hey, what's up? So on my way to Harbor Freight, I want to pick up the wheels and I want to pick up the handle grips for it, among a few other odds and ends. But the main thing I want to do is pick up the wheels and handle grips for that outboard engine stand. And then after that, I'm going to run to Lowe's and I'm going to get the stainless steel nuts, bolts, and washers. I want to make those all brand new. I want to get stainless steel so they don't rust and corrode, so it'll last a lot longer. So, alright, on my way to Harbor Freight and Lowe's. See you in a little bit. Alright, so I just left Harbor Freight. I had everything except for one item that I wanted. So I'm going to run down to Tractor Farm and Supply. I got some nice wheels. Actually, I got better ones that were on there. I'm actually liking the ones I got. They're only $6.99 a piece. So I'll get back to the garage. I'll show you what I got. But I got 2 of them for $6.99 a piece. They're really nice. And the only thing I didn't have, I wish I had, was the handle grips. So I gotta go on Tractor Farm Supply, see if they have the handle grips that I'm looking for. And then I got some cool free stuff from Harbor Freight. I love shopping at Harbor Freight because they always send you coupons, like flyers and coupons in the mail. And you can get stuff either some stuff free or dirt cheap, which I know nothing's free, it's probably included in the price. But I technically got a free tape measure, a free flashlight, and then I bought something else for like $1.99. I forget, I have to look in the bag. But my total bill was 16 bucks. It was really good. So I'm on my way to Tractor Farm and Supply to see if they have the handle grips. Alright, so let me rephrase. It's not actually called Farm and Tractor Supply. I don't know why I've been calling it that. It's actually called Tractor Supply Company. It's the actual name of the store. I don't know why I've been calling it Farm and Tractor. It's called Tractor Supply Company. And they don't have what I'm looking for. They have a lot of cool products in there too. They're a little more expensive than Harbor Freight, so I was comparing prices, but I did notice they have better quality products in Harbor Freight. That's probably why the prices are higher. I mean, I like shopping both places. Both places are pretty cool products. But unfortunately, they don't have what I'm looking for. So I'm probably have to go to Walmart, Wally World, some other time again, because I'm not going to Walmart. I'm dressed in all camouflage. I stink like kerosene from working out in the garage. So I don't mind going to Harbor Freight, Tractor Supply, smelling, looking like this, but I'm not walking to Walmart, even though most people probably don't care. I do. So, plus the place is probably packed Saturday morning, 11:22 a.m. and everybody's there probably grocery shopping. The place is going to be packed. So, I'm going to run to Lowe's next and get the nuts and bolts that I need. And I'll just have to get the handle grips later. It's not a big deal. I'll get those last. Which I'll be putting those on last anyways, so it's not a big deal. Alright, so I am on my way to Lowe's to get stainless steel nuts, bolts, screws, and cotter pins. Alright, so I just left, well, I'm getting ready to leave Lowe's. I just left the store. I'm out in the parking lot. I got all the stainless steel parts I need. My bill was $11.71. I thought it was going to be way more than that. I thought it was going to be at least 20 bucks, but couldn't beat it. I got the flat washers, the bolts, the nuts, the cotter pins, all for $11.71, and they're all stainless steel, so. Alright, well, I'm back at the garage back home. I went to Harbor Freight, Tractor Supply Company and Lowe's and got some stuff. So let me show you what I got. My first stop was Harbor Freight, and I got some really cool stuff. The first thing I got, here's the new wheels I got. These were $6.99 a piece. Now, they don't have ball bearings in them, but I don't think we're going to need ball bearings. It's just an engine stem. But look at this compared to the old ones. So here's what the old ones look like. Clearly they're shot. Actually, these didn't have ball bearings in them either. I thought they did, but they didn't. Okay, well that's good to know. So there's the new ones. And then they had real nice ones like this at Tractor Supply, where they had the ball bearings in here, but they were $12.99 a piece. So here's one. Here's the other one. So I got two for $12. I couldn't beat it, and they're real nice. It's a real thick rubber too. This isn't this is solid rubber all the way through. It's real thick. There's not air in there. It's just thick rubber. So they should last a really long time, you would think. So I got that at Harbor Freight, and then let's see, I'll show you the receipt in a minute. So then I also got, I picked these up for $1.99. I was running out of zip ties, so they had them there for $1.99. I was like, I'll pick those up real quick. 100 pieces, 8-inch black cable ties for $1.99. I couldn't beat that. I'm not going to need that for the engine stand, honestly, but I can use that for other projects. I used a lot of those on my bass boat and my canoe, especially when I did the restore. So if you want to check out the video of me and my friend Brent restoring a 1988 Ranger bass boat, check out the link below. I also restored and modified a 2008 Old Town canoe that was made by Field & Stream. I'll put the link below, so also check out that video. That's two of the projects I definitely needed zip ties for, so that's why I ran out, so I bought more. So then I got this for free. I had coupons. I had a couple of coupons, so I got this for free. It's a 25-foot 1-inch tape measure, and then I also got this for free. Well, that thing's bright. It's a little LED. So LED flashlight, and you can hang it, which is pretty cool. So I got these two products for free because I got a coupon. Actually, I had two coupons, and so it's fantastic. My total bill there was $16.50. So you'll see it right here. Hope you can see that. So that's pretty cool. So let me show you. Then I went to, oh, I almost forgot. I got this too. Totally forgot. I also got this. I had a coupon for that. I think I got that for free too. So I got 3 products for free. And the cashier was real nice. She said normally they don't give you 3 free items. You only get 1 free item per purchase. But she was really lenient. She said, I'll let you go today. She says, you know, someone else wouldn't have done that, but she did. So she was really cool about it. Which I understand that. It is what it is. So I got 3 free products, which is really cool. Then I went to, where'd that bag go? Oh, there it is. I went to Tractor Supply Company, but they didn't have what I was looking for. I'm looking for those grips that go in this part right here. They're like bicycle handle grips, but Harbor Freight didn't have them. Tractor Farm Supply didn't have them. I'll have to go back to Walmart at some point. Probably have them there in the bicycle department. So then I went to Lowe's, and then I got a whole bunch of stainless steel nuts and bolts. So I got these 1/4 inch by 20 by 1 inch. I got 632 by 1 inch stainless steel, and then I got 632 nuts, number 10 stainless steel washers. I got the cotter pins I need, and I got 40 stainless steel washers, or 28 cents a piece. So I got all that, and I bought these extra cotter pins. Those are extras for other projects. My total bill at Lowe's was $11.71. So made out pretty good. I'm real happy about that. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put 2 coats of clear coat on this piece of wood, and then 2 coats of clear coat on the steel frame, and I'm going to let it dry for 24 hours, and I'm going to put it back together. Put all these new parts on it. Alright, let's put a coat of clear coat on this piece of wood and clear coat on the steel parts. Let's see how it turns out. So here's what I'm using. I'm using Rust-Oleum's Gloss Clear. Seals, protects, and revitalizes, so it claims. Also bonds to plastic. 2 times ultra cover coverage. Well, we'll find out, won't we? Ooh, this brush spray's real nice. Ooh. Boy, I like how it makes it shinier. Boy, that's cool. You gotta be careful, don't run it. Oh man, boy, that smells good. I'm loving that smell. Boy, look at that shine. That is cool. Oh man, that smells so good. Alright, there's one coat. We're gonna move this camera so you guys can see me over here. Hopefully, oop, I gotta adjust that. There we go. I think you should be able to see me now. There we go. Be real careful that clear. It's this stuff. Not paying close attention can run really easy. This one says it only runs or sags, but because it's so clear, it's hard to tell if it's gonna run or not. And I don't when it runs or sags. All right, so got a coat and one coat on a piece of wood and one coat on the steel. Let me show you quick. All right. So there's one coat of clear on the wood. I got 2 coats of stain. I think 2, maybe 3 coats. I forgot to go back and look in the video when I edit this. But at least 2 coats of stain on there. And there's 1 coat of clear coat. So I'm going to let that sit for probably a good hour or 2. Come back there and put a 2nd coat on. And then over here, here's a close-up of the clear on the blue frame of the engine stand. So I have to let that dry for an hour or 2 at least too, and then I'll put a 2nd coat on, and then I'll let them both, all that stuff dry for a good 24 hours, and then I can start putting them back together. And I can't wait. I'm gonna be excited. Actually, I'm already excited about putting them back together. I can't wait to see how this turns out. This project turned out better than I thought it would. I didn't know what to expect when I started this. I knew I wanted to do it, just wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, and I'm already liking the results already. I can't wait to see the finished product. So let me go around this side, just give you guys an idea what it looks like and how it's turning out. So there's 2 coats of blue and 1 coat of clear coat. Alright, there we go. There is the 2nd and final coat of clear coat. So there's 2 coats of blue spray paint, 2 coats of clear coat on both sides, actually on every part of the metal frame of the outboard engine stand. So I'm real happy with how it's turned out so far. It is getting there. So here's 2 coats on that piece of wood. Go let that dry, and then tomorrow I'll flip it over and do 2 coats on the other side, and then it's ready for us to put back together to be reassembled with all new stainless steel nuts, bolts, washers, and cotter pins, and brand new wheels. There's gonna be someone in this frame. Oh, I love the way this turned out. I should probably get the other camera. So if I remember correctly, these go like this. I'm trying to remember how this went. I know that goes through there. But I gotta remember. One of these was bent too. This went over the frame, but I know there was a way. I might have to go back to the video and look. Oh, that was smooth. Let's see if I can remember how this went. Alright, well, as funny as it sounds, I had to go back in the house and watch the very first part of this video I made to see how I took it apart and see what part went where. I was pretty close, but I was off by a little bit, so I'm glad I double checked so I didn't put the wrong part in the wrong place. So it's working us longer than I thought, but it's turning out pretty nice. Just taking a lot longer than I expected. Look how the clear coat really pops that shine out in that blue paint. So this goes. So I had these reversed. This goes all outside. I thought it was outside inside, but it's actually all outside. So this is gonna go like this. That's gonna go like that. And then, alright, we're going to use all brand new stainless steel. There's 3 of the 4 washers I need. Where's the other one? There it is. Okay, I'll need all 4 of those washers. Okay, put this over here. I'm not sure those are for. I want those for the wood. Well, I guess yeah, I could. Might hit the axle though. That's the problem. Yeah, see, that's why. Okay. So I'm gonna have to. Come on. Why's this gotta be stubborn? There we go. Alright. So it's gonna come up there like that. What I think the problem I'm gonna run into is these are too long. I think I need shorter ones. Oh wait, maybe not. Well, you know what? I got an idea. Put a flat washer and a lock washer on there. There's a trick to everything. I think I can make that work. I got an idea. We can probably make this work. Alright. I think we're going to find out. I think I can make this work. Yeah, I think so. It's looking that way. Yeah, there we go. Come on, baby. Yeah. There we go. That worked. That did the trick. Cool beans. Alright. Next fun part. I'll have to wait to mount that side post, which I'm not happy about. Okay, so now here's where I need the flat washers. One here, one here. The wheels should go on. Oh man, it's coming together nicely. Just wish I had those longer. Let's see, should I must have another. Yeah, there they are. Okay. Let's see, I should have another washer. There we go. Washer, washer. And the cotter pins. Which I like the idea of using these. And I got these. I'll show you what I'm going to change too. So these cotter pins were on there when I took it off. These right here, that style. I don't like those. I want to use these. I think these will work better. That way, in case for some reason I have to take these back off or, you know, change something. All right. getting there. Alright, so let me show what I got so far. So the wheels are on, there we go. So there's the cotter pin I was telling you about. So I could take that on and off without having to bend or break it like the old style. I like that better. And then there's that, this side. Now up here, don't pull out, that's only 1 inch long. I should have an inch and a quarter, inch and a half. Because I can't get it fit down here, or there. So I'm going to go back to Lowe's and pick those up. I can't go now. There's a snowstorm, right? I'm not going anywhere in a snowstorm. Alright, so here's my next dilemma. You notice the old wheels had this long piece. There was no gap. But since I changed it, there's a gap here. See how it does that? I got to come up with a solution to prevent that from doing that. I'm not sure. I mean, I could put a whole bunch of washers in there, but that's just going to look stupid and be a waste of washers. You know what? I know what I could do. Maybe get a little metal piece of tubing and cut it. That might work. I have to figure something out. Alright, so there's a fabrication I have to come up with, I guess. But I'm really liking the way this is starting to turn out. I just need different and better parts. I need longer bolts. I'm thinking I might make a little metal sleeve, or maybe even I could either use a PVC or a metal, or maybe copper. Copper's kind of too pliable though. It's too soft of a metal. So I'm thinking either steel or maybe PVC, because that's got too much of a gap. See how it wobbles like that? I want to eliminate that wobble. So we'll have to pick up, I think what I'll do sometime this week, have to go to Lowe's, get the longer bolts, and maybe get PVC. I think the PVC would work good for that. Alright, well, it's been a week since I'm out here in this garage. I've been so busy doing other stuff. One, it's been so freezing cold. Been working, and then in evening times I've been editing videos and working on other stuff, going to the gym. But at any rate, I got the parts I needed. So I got some PVC pipe. I think I can use a spacer. Put it here, cut it, paint it. I think this will work. I also got the right bolts this time. So I got the 632 by 1/2 inch. So I want to finish putting this together today. I also got these this morning. I went to Walmart and got these hand grips. These are only $6. So they look like they're going to fit and work. So I should be able to finish this project today. I'm hoping to have this thing completely put together and all ready to go. And for now I can mount my trolling on it, but if I get an outboard down the road, I can mount an outboard on this outboard engine stand. So I think what we'll do is we'll start with putting the right bolts on there right together. Oh, by the way, this wood piece is finally dry. That turned out pretty nice. Front side, back side. So I got 2 coats of stain and 2 coats of clear coat on there, and that's gonna go up there like that. So I'll show you that when it's all said and done. I put that piece on last. Right now we're gonna start with these bolts. So let's do this. That's much better. It's funny because this bolt, an inch was too short. An inch and a half almost makes it seem like it's too long, but I didn't see any an inch and a quarter. Like you can only get in 1 inch and 1 inch and a half. An inch and a quarter would have been perfect, but I didn't see any of that size. But I guess I'd rather have this a little too long than too short. Set that in my hand. Okay, now we'll put this piece on. I'll leave that loose for now, and then I'll tighten when all these are on. Well, let me show you what I did so far. Okay, so here's the brand new stainless steel bolt, lock washer nut there, this side, down here, and over there. Now I'm thinking what I might do is cut this off, because I was saying earlier, I had originally bought these 1 inch, or too short. They didn't have an inch and a quarter. I had to go with 1.5 inches, but 1.5 inches seems like it's too long. It sticks out. It's not a big deal. I might just take the cutting wheel and cut a little bit of that off, but we'll see what happens. So what I want to do next is, if you'll take notice, see how that wilder space in there? The wheels are different than the ones I took off, but I think I'm gonna use a spacer, cut that, and I'll paint that blue or black and use it as a spacer. I think that might eliminate that, so that's what I'm gonna do next. So you'll take notice, right where my finger's pointing, I had to put a spacer in here, because like I said, these wheels are designed way differently than the ones I took off, and over here is a spacer. Obviously I don't have the bar the correct, I guess I should have measured that. It is what it is, but put a washer in there. This side's a little better. Still wobbling too much, so I don't like that much wobble. So I'll have to figure something out. Let me try a few more washers in there. What I should probably do is readjust that bar. Yeah, let's do that. I got an idea. I think what I can do, so what I should have done in the first place was loosen these up. Maybe bang that bar over more. It ain't perfect, but it looks a lot nicer. It's got much better parts on it. It's much more functional. And that's amazing. It's going to function a lot better. I mean, the thing was obviously homemade, but you got to work with what you're dealt with. You know what I'm saying? All right, that'll work. Yeah, that's awesome. So close. Alright, well, hopefully you can see me. I have plenty of time to get this done. All I gotta do is put the handles on here. I want to take the wheels back off and just spray paint those spaces, make them blue so they match the frame, and it's done. But I just got a phone call from my good friend Brent. Let me go out to dinner with him and his son Logan. Probably go out to steak to eat dinner. Go for a good steak and potatoes. So I'll finish this tomorrow. So all I gotta do is put the handles on here, take the wheels back off, paint those two spacers, put them back on. It's done. I'm real happy the way this turned out. It has very, very minimal wobble on those wheels, but it's barely even noticeable. I mean, it works really well. So for a homemade outboard engine stand, stripped down, took apart, and completely restored, not half bad. I'm happy the way it turned out. So I'll finish it tomorrow, and I'll put my, I don't have an outboard right now, but I do have is an electric main coda trolling motor. I hang that on here just to see how it looks and functions, give you an idea how it's supposed to work. So I will see you tomorrow. Turn this camera off. Let me give you a real good close-up view of this. I'm real happy the way this has turned out. I'm loving that blue and dark, like walnut stain color combination. But I'm real happy the way it's turned out. It's so close to being done. It ain't perfect, but it looks a lot better and it's functional. It's all that matters. It'll hold a good size small outboard in there. You know, like a 5, 10, 15, 20. I'd say probably max would be like 20 or 30 horse. I don't know if I go any bigger than that. But for small outboard, it'd hold it no problem. No problem whatsoever. So there is a nice close-up view of it. I'm real happy the way it's turning out. It's so close to be done. I will have this finished tomorrow finally. It took a lot longer than I thought it would, but you know what? It gave me something to do during the winter months. And I ran into a few glitches here and there, but thankfully I was able to figure it out and overcome those glitches and those minor holdups. All right. I will see you tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's too good to be true. I should use soap and water. Yeah. I think I jumped the gun on that one. It goes on halfway, but then it gets stuck. So I'm going to use soap and water. But that's a good sign that should go on once I use. Alright. I'll be right back. I gotta run to the house real quick. Get some hot water with Dawn dish soap. Put in a little bowl or something. Put it inside here. So that it'll slide all over. I got it halfway on when it gets stuck. So if I use Dawn dish soap hot water, it should slide all the way on. Okay, well I got soapy water. It's not hot. I forgot I was on the washer. I'm actually doing laundry while I'm out here in the garage. So I wasn't able to get hot water, but I think the soapy water will work, so I'm going to try it. So right there it is. Let's see how it works. That there. I think I'm going to try this one first. Not sure I was going to work, but it's worth a try. I know that much. Trial and error. Oh, look, dude, that was perfect. Wow, that's a cool trick. Wow, did you see that? Dude, that was awesome. What a cool little trick that is. I've heard of people doing this before. I don't think I've ever done this. I've seen it on YouTube and Facebook, and people tell me it's a good trick. Maybe I've done this years ago. Who knows? But that definitely did the trick. And that went out all the way on without a problem. What a difference that makes. Look at that. That is fantastic. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's much better. Try this up, and I'm going to give you a close-up look at this. Oh man, I'm loving the way this is turning out. What a difference. I can't wait to go back, edit this video, and look back when I first started taking this apart and stripping it down, how ugly it looked compared to now, man. What a difference. I'm really loving the way this is turning out. Let me grab that camera, give you a close-up. Check that out. I really love the way this is turning out. I got the hand grips on now. Wheels are back off, but I'm painting those spacers. But check this out. Oh, I'm loving the way this is turning out. What a world of difference compared to when I first started taking this thing apart. I mean, it looks like two different outboard engine stands. Like it don't even look like the same one again. Which is awesome. That makes me happy. I really love the way it's turned out, and I'm really up in the air whether I want to keep or sell it. I'm torn. Part of me wants to keep it just because of all the work I put in, how cool it turned out. I don't have a real practical use for it other than putting my trolling motor on it. So I mean, I can sell it, make money off of it, but at the same time I like the way it turned out. So I don't know. Right now I'm keeping it. If I decide to sell it, probably down the road, but right now I'm going to keep it for the moment. But I love the way this thing is turning out. What a difference. Alright, well, that'll work. Alright, it is done. There we go. Outboard engine stand is completely done. Completely restored and finalized. There it is. 2 coats of blue paint on the metal frame with 2 coats of clear coat. Then there's 2 coats of wood stain on that wood and 2 coats of clear coat on the wood. Brand new wheels, brand new handles, all brand new stainless steel bolts and nuts and washers. This project is complete. I'm real happy with the way that turned out. Real nice. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to mount my trolling. I don't have an outboard to put on there, so I'm going to put my Minn Kota trolling motor, electric trolling motor in there and see what happens, see how it looks. Give me an idea and see what it feels like. Alright, put the camera there. Alright, so here is my Minn Kota 40-pound thrust trolling motor. Of course, it's all dirty from dust being all over it from all that sanding I did. But we're going to try something here. I'm trying to think how I want to do this without ruining it. There we go. Alright, so I'll go up a little bit. Trying to get the height right. There we go. Bingo. Haha. Actually, we could probably readjust. Let's adjust that some more. There we go. Alright, just tighten this down. Should be centered. That's pretty cool. Now I guess we just wrap this around here like this. Lots of extra wires. Cool. Now I can wheel it around. Check that out. Of course we can do that. Alright, so it's not an outboard, but just giving you an idea of an example of what it'd be like if I had a small outboard to put on there. That's my 40-pound thrust electric trolling motor with the handle that extends. Hold on a minute. It's kind of hard to do with that camera in your hand. Alright, so there's the back side. But there we go. I'm real happy with the results. So, if I decide to get a small John boat with an outboard on it, that'll come in very handy. If I don't do that, I may end up just selling that. So we'll see. But I'm real happy with the end result.